All right, you guys, today is the day I am finally filming my Money Bowl tour walkthrough explanation video. I've talked about this Money Bowl a lot, and I've had a lot of people request that I film what's in my Money Bowl, how I put it together, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to walk you through all of the pieces. I have taken out some of the obviously sensitive documents that were in there, but I'll walk you through why I have some of these other documents in here and what I add to the Money Bowl as I move throughout the year. So this Money Bowl is actually more of a crystal based Money Bowl. I know a lot of people add herbs into their Money Bowl and do all kinds of rituals with their Money Bowl. So this may look a little bit different than other Money Bowls you've seen, but this is obviously just my take on a Money Bowl, and it might give you ideas for what Money Bowls can look like for other people. And to me, this Money Bowl is meant to represent a healthy relationship with money and abundance, but not just financial abundance. It's abundance in my business, abundance in health, abundance in my relationships, and abundance in life. So anyone can make a Money Bowl, can look however you want. It doesn't have to be crystals. It doesn't have to be spell or magic related or witchy related. It really doesn't have a rule book around it. It's whatever works for you as an individual. And when I started building my Money Bowl, I added crystals in there. So I'll walk through the crystals I have in here. I also started adding things like achievements or reminders or affirmations or even things that validated my manifestations, and that's some of the documents here. And also things like dreams I want to achieve, and I'll walk through what some of those items are with you. And wealth to me isn't just about money. So there are other things in here that signify wealth to me. Now, some of the amazing things that have happened since I've built this Money Bowl, where I quit my full-time job to do crystals and YouTube full-time. So that was a huge achievement since I built this Money Bowl. I was able to attend 2 of the largest gem shows 2 years in a row, and this will be my 3rd year going to Tucson and Denver, which is a huge achievement because they're very expensive to attend, they're very expensive to shop. It's a lot of time commitment, it's a lot of content creation. So this was a goal I've had on my vision board, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to attend it. My crystal business brought in over 6 figures, which is such a huge accomplishment. And not only 6 figures this year, but 6 figures for 3 years in a row. And I will be going into my 5th year of business in July. And my YouTube channel has grown, and I was able to renovate my house and build a crystal filming and business studio downstairs. My relationship has grown, my happiness has grown, and my health has grown. I just wanted to highlight some of the things I've achieved since I've made this Money Bowl and why it works for me, and maybe some things to inspire you to create your own Money Bowl. So some of the crystals I have in here are citrine. So these are the 2 citrine towers I have in here, a light and a dark. This is also another piece of citrine with iron in it. This is a very, very pale citrine. So I loved having the 3 citrine towers in here. And then I have the huge clear quartz in the back, which amplifies manifestation. So that is the big clear quartz tower. I also have a smoky quartz money toad. This was one of the very first money toads I ever purchased, and he's been in my Money Bowl for a very, very long time. Also have pyrite in here. I have 2 pyrite spheres. I have a smoky quartz cicada. I have this pyrite, which is actually from Lilac Road Crystals. And I wanted to add in a pyrite with a pink mangano calcite for a different variation of pyrite in this bowl. Also have several jade pieces. These are Guatemalan jade. I sell these in my shop. So these jade pieces are from Guatemala, but some of them are hand carved in Honduras. I was actually born in Honduras, so I have a very, very, very powerful, strong connection to these. These are Mayan carvings. I'm Mayan. So I really, really, really resonate with these. Jade is one of those very, very powerful money manifestation stones. So I have 4 jade carvings in here that represent not only my culture, but represent money manifestation. I also have some water opal in here, and of course a Himalayan quartz piece. Now Himalayan quartz is one of the most rare, most high power quartz. It's also high altitude quartz, so it's the most powerful quartz in the world in my opinion, and many others. So I have this piece of Himalayan quartz in here to really, really, really help amplify it, along with the other quartz tower that's in here. I also have another money toad in here. It's a golden rutile money toad. This is one I travel with, so I can take a small piece of my money bowl with me when I go to Tucson or Denver, any trip that I'm dealing with money or need to manifest money. So this piece goes with me, but he sits in the money bowl otherwise. And the whole base of this bowl is filled with all citrine chips. The entire base is covered with citrine, morganite, and some jade chips. So that's what it sits on, a bed of chips. And then the vessel is a all natural wood bowl. I wanted to keep it very natural and very light and airy. So those are some of the crystals that are in here. Well, jade, citrine, and pyrite and rutile are very, very powerful stones for money manifestation, also for happiness. Citrine is known as a sunshine stone. So one of the things that I really, really attribute to my success is my positive attitude, and citrine is one of those stones that really, really resonates me because of the light and happy energy it brings in. So that was why I'm so attracted to citrine. Also, pyrite and jade are very, very strong money manifestation stones. And then the Himalayan and clear quartz are really meant to amplify. The smoky is really meant to ground. So that's why I have 2 different smoky quartz in here to really help ground me, ground my goals, ground my intentions. That's what smoky quartz is very much about. The other pieces in here, like water opal, which is here, is really good for positivity. It's really good for luck, happiness, and creativity, passion, and strength. So a lot of these have multiple uses as crystals in terms of why I chose them for this money bowl and why they specifically resonate with me. And so how the money bowl works is I add crystals as needed. I haven't really added a lot since this initial base, but I will continue when and if I need a bigger bowl. I will get a larger one to increase the crystals, but I found this balance has really, really, really been working for me so far. So I want to talk about a few of the documents I have in here to remind me or validate me or symbolize a ritual or a connection with something or someone. So the first thing I have in here may seem really, really simple, but this is from one of my best friends who worked with me at my corporate job, and it was really cute because she sent me this crystal birthday card, and it really resonated with me. It really made me grateful that she is a best friend and a source of abundance in terms of someone who's been there for me during this journey, before this journey, after this journey. So I have my birthday card from her in here, and it's just a reminder to be grateful to the friends and relationships that you have in your life. So I usually try to add birthday cards or handwritten notes I get from people who contributed to my life and who've been a part of this journey with me. So that is one of the cards I have in here. Another thing I have in here is more of a validation reminder are plane tickets. So these are plane tickets to Tucson and Denver. Anytime I complete a trip, if I have a physical ticket, I will add it in here. And it's just a reminder of how far I've come and how I'm so grateful to be able to travel to gem shows and travel for my business and get paid and make money doing it. It's something that when I first started this journey, I never knew I'd be able to do, and I hope someday to expand on this and travel more and make more content around gem shows or crystals. So that is something I'm really, really looking forward to in the future. But this is another paper document that really validates what I'm doing and reminds me of how blessed I am to be able to do it. Now, another thing I have in here is this. Some of you may or may not recognize recognize this, but this was a symbol to when I first got monetized on my YouTube channel. YouTube is another source of income for me, so it's just a reminder that when I first started YouTube 4 years ago, that I started from zero money and I started with 0 subscribers, 0 comments, 0 content, and I've grown to over 44,000 subscribers in 4 years, and I've posted every single week on my channel since I started 4 years ago, which is a really big accomplishment. And this is just a reminder that YouTube has been not only a huge part of my self-development, it's been a huge part of my business growth, and it's been a huge part of connecting with all of you. And this ironically is a YouTube video, so I have this in here just to remind me of how far I've come from YouTube and how YouTube has been instrumental to me growing. Another thing I have in here, which I'm not going to show more than this, is a tax document, but it is the tax document provided by the county that shows the value of my house. And this is something I've put in here because not only do I want my personal assets to grow, but this is something that I've been working towards, and with the money I've made, I've been able to reinvest into things like my house, and it has grown my home value exponentially. So this is just a reminder, spending money to make money and how far I've come and what my business has been able to do for myself and my home. So this is a reminder of that. And just to remind people, this isn't meant to be braggy. This isn't meant to be, oh, look at me. This is truly meant to show why I have these things in this money bowl and what it means to me, validation. And it is very personal for me to share these things, so I just really don't want anyone to take it as me bragging or me showing off or anything like that. This is truly meant to inspire and show you guys what a money bowl could do for you and the documents I put in. So with that being said, I know this is another thing that's going to look maybe potentially braggy, but it's really not meant to be. So the other thing I keep in here is my Tesla car key. This was a car that I always said I wanted, even back when I was early 20s, and never ever thought that I would be able to afford. And ever since I built this money bowl, that happened for me in a kind of a negative way. My Mini Cooper that I absolutely love just decided to break down one day after we moved back from North Carolina, and I needed a car, and I always said my next car was going to be an electric car, but honestly I thought I'd have that Mini Cooper for 10 years and it only lasted 5. So at the end of the day, it was cheaper for me to get a Tesla, and the stars aligned, and this is my car. And it's very cool what this car means. It was something I had in the background had manifested, something I always had wanted, and it came to fruition. And it's just such a cool reminder of what I was able to achieve. And people always assume Teslas are very expensive. They're really not, but YouTube is able to pay for my Tesla. So obviously it does bring some abundance to my life. And the last document, that's not really a document, but is a symbol, is the lucky number 7 ritual. And before I get into this, I really, really highly encourage you to go check out Chakra Gem Jewels. Felicia, she's a very dear friend of mine, and she's the one who told me about this ritual. So this ritual you can learn all about on her story highlights. She has it on her Instagram, so head over there, go follow her. She's an amazing crystal seller, and she has a lot of these really fun money rituals. So basically what this lucky number 7 ritual is, 7 $1 bills with the 7 here. So you'll see all of these bills have the 7 on them, and it's actually pretty hard to find all of these, and I just wanted to share a little bit of how I got these, because when I don't carry cash, so I had zero access to $1 bills in my wallet lying around. And I remember telling my husband about this ritual, and I said, do you have any lucky number 7 bills? And he's like, I don't know, let me check. And he gave me my first one, and the whole point of it is to collect them. You don't have to have 7 right away to start, and then you continue to collect them and pass them on to other people who are also thinking about doing this ritual or who want to start this ritual. I think actually a few of them came from my husband, one of them came from Felicia, and the other 2 actually came from my parents, which this is a very personal story, but I wanted to share it because it is really special and just a representation of this money bowl. So we were sitting at dinner one night and I was telling my parents about this lucky number 7 ritual, and I said, it's really cool. You have to find these $1 bills with a 7 on them. And they both were like, oh, let me look at my wallet. And not only did they both have a $1 bill with a number 7, that's the only bill that they had with it. And at the same time, they both handed me those $1 bills to add to my lucky number 7 ritual in my money bowl. And it really just felt like a blessing from my parents that I was on the right path and that they supported me. And it just meant the world to me that some of the most important people helped me get these bills. So the lucky number 7 ritual really, really, really is a fun way to start your money bowl, but also a fun way to continue it and to spread it on to other people. And I just love these bills. I think they just represent the people in my life who've given them to me, and they're very special. And you can add more than just 7 bills. You can, I believe Felicia adds other bills. I have checks also that live in here that I've received over the last year as just a validation that I'm doing things correctly. So those are some of the documents that I have in here. Obviously, some things I want to keep private and personal, but I just wanted to share with you some of the physical documents that go in this bowl. Consider what abundance means to you outside of just money, whether it's relationships or friendships or, relationships with vendors. And that's one thing I do want to add continuing into this year is some of the business cards, some of the vendors I've worked with. I also want to add in some of the personal notes I've received from other business owners, or some of the notes that have really spoken to me from you guys. And I just trying to figure out a way to add those so it doesn't get full of them. But that's one thing I do want to add in here, because not only are other business owners who've supported me, or we've supported each other, and obviously anyone who's watched my YouTube channel or who's bought from me or supported me in any way, I really want to try to find a way to incorporate that into my money bowl, because that to me is abundance, because you guys add so much to my life, whether you've watched my YouTube channel or supported me on Etsy or my website. It's meant the world, and it's allowed me to really, really, really follow the dream of doing this. And I love every single part of content creation and buying amazing crystals for you guys and telling a story along with this whole process, and this money bowl has been a huge part of it. So that is the money bowl. Let me see if I forgot anything in my notes. I did have some stuff about mindset with the money bowl that I'll talk about briefly. The one thing with the money bowl that you really want to be cognizant of is having a very, very positive mindset with money and being comfortable with spending money. And I used to get a lot of anxiety around money. I used to get anxiety around credit card statements. I used to get anxiety around tax time as a small business owner. I used to almost feel like a sinking pit in my stomach. And I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with that. When you have a debt, a large debt, you owe someone money, you owe the bank money, you don't have a lot of money in your account. And that energy is really, really, really bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for your health. It's bad for your manifestation. It's bad. And it's one thing you really, really have to let go of. And it's a really hard thing to do. It's very hard to be okay with spending lots of money or seeing a huge check go out the door. And it's the one thing I see a lot of people who struggle with money caught and stuck in, who kind of have this negative mindset or this depressive mindset around money, and you just have to let it go. And it was one thing when I was getting ready to quit my job that I knew I had to do. I had to let go of that limitation around money, and I had to let go of that fear around money. And ever since I did, I don't worry about money. I don't think twice about spending money. I don't think about the negative side effects of spending money. I just let it go. And I'll give a perfect example, and this may or may not resonate with you, so take it or leave it. But one of the more recent experiences I had was I get acupuncture, and it's one of those self-care things. It's an investment in my health. It's an investment in my soul and spirit. And I've been getting acupuncture for a really long time, and it's expensive to to do, but it's something I feel like is worth investing in. So I went to my acupuncturist and she was like, hey, we're doing a package. You can buy 20 sessions and it's about $2,000, which a lot of people are like, $2,000 on acupuncture? That's insane. And I almost went into the mindset of thinking like, that's a lot. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to do it because this is an investment in my health. It's an investment in me, an investment I want to continue. So I, without hesitation, took out my card and paid for it. And that session that we had after I bought those, the package of acupuncture, I had the most energy from that session. I went home that day. I did a complete crystal launch in less than 6 hours, which is crazy. If you're a business owner, you know that that's kind of unheard of, but I ended up unboxing, photographing, filming a YouTube video, taking photos, getting all the products ready to launched the video, launched the products that day, and within less than 24 hours, I not only made my $2,000 back, but I made an extra $1,500 from that launch. So it just shows the power of money going in and money going out and how it's totally healthy, and you just have to have a mindset that whatever money you spend will come back to you twofold. You can't let money restrict you, and that is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why people struggle to make money is because they can't get out of their own way. So that was a little story I just wanted to share, and an example about how spending a lot of money, even if it's, especially if it's investing in yourself, will 100% come back to you, and you just have to believe that. You have to believe it with your heart, and you have to believe it with your soul. And another thing I encourage you to do is track your success, track the money you're making, and celebrate yourself. I think that's one thing I kind of forgot to do over the years, and I really try to celebrate every single success that I have. I don't always put them out on social media, but I have been trying to more, to also like share with you guys the success I've had because of you, because of the hard work I've done and the journey. Like I love bringing all of you who watch and all of you who follow me on this journey, because I think it not only puts out good energy, but it also puts out what's possible. And I think sometimes seeing what's possible helps inspire you to realize what is possible. So I think celebrating your successes is huge. Even if your successes are small, it's so important to celebrate your success, to celebrate yourself. Anytime you have success, to put it in your money bowl and have it validate you or have it inspire you to keep going. I think that's where I'm gonna leave this video. There was a lot that I talked about, and I highly encourage you to go over and follow Felicia from Chakra Gem Jewels, who explains more about the lucky number 7 ritual if you want to learn more about that and how it works. And she has a book she recommends, but make sure to go check her out. I'll leave her linked down below. And this is just a very, very personal video about this money bowl and how I built it and the documents I have. And again, please take this as inspiration and not to be braggy, because that's really not my intent. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments and questions down below. And if you want any kind of additional context around this, I'd be happy to share. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a little bit different of a video, but hopefully you found it interesting and inspiring. I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. Love you. Hey, question for you. Have you been thinking about starting a crystal business, don't know where to start, or feel a lack of community? Well, guess what, you guys? I have a Patreon that has access to a private community and Discord server for just $18 a month. You can learn from other businesses, make friends, learn along with me, and topics include pricing, shipping, Shopify, Etsy, and so much more. So head over and join us on Patreon for just $18 a month. Everything is linked in my bio.